Divine greetings and gratitude. How are you doing and how are you feeling? I hope that this video is finding you in perfect timing, and I hope that it finds you in good spirits. If you are new here, my name is Nuna. I am the seer, the sage, the witch, the wise woman of the Saiyonan archives and founder of the Saiyonan path. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. I'm excited, elated, and honored to be in your presence and to have you here in our spiritual sanctuary. We are going to be choosing a pile. We're going to be choosing a card. As you can see, we have them already out here, as you can tell, and I'm super pumped and excited to be doing this reading for you all today. This is definitely one of those readings where I pulled the cards last night as I was straightening up my office space, which I'm absolutely loving this space, y'all. It's super dope in here. Like, it is super dope in here. Perhaps maybe I'll show you guys around in a video. I'm not really sure yet because I don't really know the importance of all of that. But anyway, I'm letting y'all know that we are vibing out. I've got a Persian banishing candle working right now on the altar so that we can purge and banish all those negative energies that we do not need, and to protect this space as we're diving into our readings and whatnot. So not only is a candle for me, but it is also for this space, which actually really does help to get rid of all of that stagnant, unwanted energy. And I'm letting y'all know that whenever I work with that candle, it is always just working in my favor. And also other people have used it in the Ethereum, and they also have had really amazing results using that candle. So if you guys want to know anything about that, look down in the description or in the comment section, because that's where I'm going to be leaving everything. I'm going to go ahead and get into the reading. We have, like I said, 3 cards to choose from. I'm going to go ahead, stop talking, and let you choose your card now. All right, if you chose pile or card number 1, which is the moon, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading, okay? Now, one thing that I do want to say is that I do have children in the background. 2 of my kids are with their family members on their mother's side. As you guys know, I have 2 stepchildren. They're over there, so the house is a little bit quieter. However, my biological children are still here in the house, and my 3-year-old, as y'all know by now, he is loud, he is vocal, and he is unapologetically him. So y'all will probably hear him in the background. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the reading. So let's zoom in a little bit, or maybe a lot of bit. All right, here we go. So we have your cards right here. So when I was shuffling the cards, right, because I'm working with the Lenormand deck, I have 2 Lenormand decks together because I find that it really does give me more like deeper messages and whatnot when you have more than one card, more than one deck of cards together, whether it be like a mismatch of decks, which I'm going to get into as well. However, I did use, like I said, 2 Lenormand decks together. So sometimes when you do that, the cards may come out double, and in this case you have a double card here. So the card that you have is the moon card, and it came out twice, as you can see. Obviously, no, I did not purposely do this. It just came out as it was shuffling. If y'all shuffle cards, y'all know what I'm talking about. So the fact that you do have 2 of these cards here, that's 3232 or 2323, it depends on whatever pattern that you've been seeing. What this, I don't know why, but I'm hearing the words like pattern recognition. It's something where you go deep within yourself and you ask, why do I have these repeated patterns? What's going on? Why do I feel the need to constantly go through these cycles? And even though my cycles are always changing, or even though I'm always fluctuating, the fact that I'm going through the same things over and over and over again feels kind of like hell. And I'm ready to change the cycle. I'm ready to change some things up because I have certain desires that I want to fulfill. Also, some of your desires, for some people, because the messages are layered, for some of you, your desires are directly impacted by your environment. So your original desire, or your most potent desire, or your mission, your purpose, right? Those desires are obviously still there, but the desires that are in the desires that you have right now. For example, I need to get out of this space because I feel too cluttered, I feel unsafe. Those desires in a way are immediately important, which is kind of pulling you away from your actual desires, because for whatever reason, what is happening around you again is pulling you away from that ultimate thing. So Spirit is saying that it wants you to recognize the pattern. It wants you to recognize the things that you're doing, that you're getting yourself into, and change up the pattern, because there's something that you yourself are wanting out of whatever situation that you're in. You're wanting something more. I'm seeing that there is some, like, an emphasis on someone wanting something. Someone wants some kind of recognition, or someone wants someone else to see them for who they are, not for who they show up as, because who they show up as is a part of who they are, but it's not the whole, it's not their totality. So someone's looking for someone to say, I see you. Like, I see you beyond the glamour. I see you beyond what you do. I see you beyond your mission. I see you beyond your calling. I see beyond that, and I want to build with you, but I want to be in love with you. Someone is in their divine feminine energy where they're wanting to receive some type of recognition, either from a boss, either from like a friend, or it could be a partner, it could be someone who you have a platonic relationship with. Maybe you are in a polyamorous relationship and you want all of your partners to see you, right? And it's like, I need someone to see the truth about who I am. I need someone to see deeper into me. This is also pulling me to your moon sign. So there's some type of expression that someone has, or they may express themselves in a certain way that makes people see them in a certain way, but then are almost kind of missing the mark, because what you're seeing is the way that I express myself, but you're not seeing what I'm expressing and why. And I feel like there's a deeper need to like look at this energy for what it is and say, I see you beyond that. Like, I see beyond the illusion. I see you. I love you. I want you. Or I see you. I want to give to you. Like, I see you. Like, does that make sense? For whatever reason, I feel like with the moon cards coming up, it's like, I see you. Like, I want to see you. These are the downloads and the messages that are coming through for that. Also, give me 1 second. I'm going to turn on the light for a second, because y'all know by now. Give me 1 second. We're back, and I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of tea because I love tea. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That is very good. I've got some, what is that? Red clover blossom with some spearmint and a little bit of licorice root. And I think that's it for the most part. Oh, and dandelion leaf, I believe. And I also mixed in a vitex and a burdock root tincture. Man, it's so good. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and flip your cards over. And okay, so you have the Lovers first. Okay. And then you have the Hangman here. You have the Temperance card. You have the Ace of Wands. And you also have here the Ace of Swords. So with these cards coming out first, it feels a lot like the word that's coming through right now is passivity. It's passivity, and it's you just kind of hanging out. Just, I'm choosing to just simply be still because I don't want to go chasing after this. I'd rather be the one that people come to seek. Like, I want them to see me. But in order for you to do that, there needs to be this conscious decision of just kind of holding back and sticking to your truth, and really, again, honing in on those desires. It's interesting because the Ace of Wands here is pointing me to some kind of desire that somebody has. But the only way for you to really manifest those desires and to stick to that original desire that you have, whether it be your calling, whether it be manifesting a house, or whether it be manifesting the #1 New York Times #1 bestseller, you know, it could be, you know, whatever those are, right? Whatever your desires are. It could be you being on the front cover of a magazine, or it could be you starting a movement or something like that. Those are your big life plans, like those are your big life desires, right? But then again, like we said before, there are these like small, like not smaller desires, but these desires where you want to focus on them immediately, because in order for you to fulfill that goal or whatever it is, you have to be in the perfect conditions. What Spirit is saying is that the way that you are in the perfect conditions is by you allowing yourself to tune in to your ability to be still, to detach, but also allow Spirit, allow the divine, allow God to, whatever you believe in, your higher mind or whatever it may be, allow that essence to help you to be balanced, and not even just balanced, but just kind of pull back. I see someone pulling back, and I see them kind of just not sitting, but I see them not putting their hands in it. I see them allowing things to kind of play out and observing. The word is observation. I'm just going to observe these things for what they are. I'm going to pull back, look at the moon, see the beauty that I find in it, and just kind of ask the question, why? Why is it this way? What makes the moon so special? What makes the moon so beautiful? What makes the moon so luminous, right? And just kind of ask and sit and ask those questions. Why? Observe it for what it is, and really get to know what it is. Really get to know what you are. Really get to know you, who you are deep within you, the real you. And then from there, every decision that you make must be in alignment with whatever this truth is, whatever this ultimate truth is. Whatever you see for yourself that is undeniable, that is what you want to start doing. You want to make those decisions in a way that is balanced. I'm also seeing someone that is choosing to experience, but experience from a place of like higher wisdom, and applying wisdom to the experience that they're having. So whatever your desires are, you want to call into question, is this really what I want? Is this reflective of what the universe wants to experience through me? Like what is this? Why do I have this? And do I need to reroute? Do I need to change anything? Like, what is it that I really do need right now? I also see someone kind of going into meditation and really communing and speaking to the universe, asking, what is it that you want to experience through me, and how can I change up some things around my space so that it's beneficial to what you want to experience. What I'm also feeling is that with the Lover's card here, this is some type of like divine pairing, or like some type of divine alignment, or some type of divine union, where when the two or the multitude or whatever gets together, it's something that's very, I don't know why the word is Edenic. Why is the word Edenic? It almost feels, I don't want to say biblical. Oh, okay. Relating to or characteristic of the Garden of Eden. That's funny. I didn't even realize that the Edenic was a word. Paradistic. Exactly. It's like this paradise that you're wanting. It's like you want these things, but the only way you're going to find that paradise is by you, or even aligning with it, is that you have to pull back, observe, and allow things to happen. You want to be in a state of passivity right now. I don't see you like actively doing anything immediately. I see a pause. I see quiet. I see meditation. I see tuning in. I see you going inwards. I see you pulling back to go to, work your ritual, work your magic, so that when it is time for you to push forward and move out in the world, everything will come to you when it needs to, and everything will be in alignment. There's some kind of work that Spirit is saying that I want you to do behind the scenes right now, and that is ask yourself, what is your truth and why, and what is it that you really do feel passionate about, and I want you to stick to that. What decisions can you make right now behind the scenes that are going to help you fulfill whatever that desire or goal is? That's what I'm hearing, and that's what I'm feeling. And then, of course, here you have the dragonfly and pansy, balance. So the fact that you have the dragonfly and pansy here, balance, this is letting me know that there's an emphasis on you pulling back, and I'm hearing something about breathing, and I'm hearing the word respiratory. You want to check your lungs, I'm hearing like either like bronchitis or like pneumonia. I'm not wishing that on you, but what I'm hearing is that you want to make sure that you're taking your medication if you have it, or you want to take your herbs, whatever it may be. You want to take precautions so that you don't end up developing these things. Or this could be someone who maybe has caught pneumonia a couple of times, or even someone that caught bronchitis a few times. You want to make sure you get to the root as to why you keep catching these things. And you want to, what Spirit is saying is like, you want to do like a respiratory detox, because itis, there's always like an inflammation. So it would basically be an inflammation of the bronchi, or the bronchi, whatever how you pronounce it. Also, bronchitis apparently usually begins as an infection in the nose, ears, throat, or sinuses. you want to make sure that you're taking care of your respiratory health. I don't know if you have asthma, but there's something about you practicing some kind of breathing, or like fire breathing, dragon breathing, taking some type of, I just heard the word mullein. Like you want to take, I'm hearing mullein, like mullein leaf. I know that mullein is really, really good for your respiratory system. Like it really, really does, 100%. So I know that it's really good for your immune system and also your respiratory health. So I do feel like with mullein, it does help to, because I've used it, it really does help to pull mucus out when you're doing that. You also want to make sure that what you're eating is also beneficial to it. Like you don't want to be eating like a bunch of greasy foods and like all this stuff and still, right, like, and still use these herbs and whatnot, because it can make it harder for you to get rid of the mucus. And when you do, all it does is the foods that you're intaking, all it's going to do is replace the mucus that you're actually getting out. So you want to make sure that you get rid of the mucus. They want you to do something dealing with the lungs. They want you to use mullein and whatever else. You can talk to your doctor about that. I'm just letting you know what's coming through. I'm not a doctor or a professional. I'm just here to entertain you. Anyway, so angel of prayer, ask the universe and the angels for help and guidance. I love that. That's another reason why they're asking you to wait, because your guides are saying that there's information and wisdom that we can give to you before you make that move. I want you to sit in prayer, sit in meditation, sit to yourself. I want you to practice on your breathing, because this is also going to help you along the way. It's going to help you not be as reactive, but also direct the energy where it needs to go to fulfill whatever your desire and your truth is. You have dog. Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. And that's another reason why they're wanting you to pull back, because they don't want your energy just going everywhere, right? They don't want your energy just, you know, they don't want you feeding into this and feeding into that. And then it takes you away from what you're trying to do, because all it's going to do is make it worse. It's just you're going to end up suffering if you continuously do it that way. So your guide is saying that I really want you to pull back and really think about the decisions you're making, and think about whether or not what you're doing is actually in alignment with you, or if you're putting too much attention to other things. Balance does not look like 50-50 all the time. Balance means I'm going to put 60% of this, 20% of that, 20% of that, right? Like that's what sometimes balance looks like. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are doing it in accordance to what you know intuitively, and then the reason and rationality will follow behind it. You also have purity here, and then you have success. So the success that you're wanting, or whatever this ultimate idea of success that you have is really dependent on your, I don't know why I'm hearing that. It's dependent on how much you react and how much you withhold and how much you balance. If you were to have a schedule, or if you were to do things according to what you know that you are called to do, even though high priestess energy is not here, I do feel the high priestess energy. You want to make sure that you're doing things and that you're putting your attention again to the things that bring you not even just joy, but help you with that success. Purity is pointing me to purification. So frankincense, right? You want to use things like frankincense. I don't know why I'm saying someone use pine. I know that you use pine usually when you do like a really deep cleaning, especially after someone either passes away, of course, or if there's been like some really deep stuck stagnant energy where you just completely need to like reset and like bring in that freshness and that razor sharp crisp freshness. You always want to use pine. You can use pine salt if you don't have it, or if you don't have actual pine to brew, pine salt will work. That's something that we used to use. Like my grandmother used to use like when she, you know, didn't use pine, like the elders in my family, like we were big on pine saw. Well, they were big on pine saw when it came to cleansing the house, and they would have their hymns and things like that. My grandmother, no, she was Blackfoot, so she would have her own things that she would do. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but anyway, that could definitely be a call to someone. Maybe you're called to do something or purify it the way that your ancestors would. That's something coming through as well. But anyway, yes, that's your message. Yeah, that's your message. I hope that this made sense to you. I hope that this helps you with whatever you're, doing in your life right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to this reading. If it helped you, let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening to this message all the way through. If you need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at thesayonanpath.org. If you wish to, you can also follow along the journey over at the Saiyonan Path on Instagram and at Magic of Eden. Thank you so much for tuning into these messages. I love you, and I will catch you in my next video. All right. If you chose card or pile number 2, let's go ahead and get started with your reading. I'm gonna go ahead and change the type of lighting. There we go. I like that better. That's a lot better. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So you chose the woman. If you guys do not know this by now, at times I will actually smash 2 decks together, whether they be the same or different. And in this case, we do have I do have 2 Lenormand decks smashed together. And the reason why I do this is because it does add additional messages and it amplifies certain things that you want to pay attention to. In this case, you actually do have a woman and you do have the sun here. You do have these 2 beings here. The word that I'm hearing, of course, is spotlight. Let me there we go. I'm hearing with this one like spotlight, or like someone kind of like this woman, she's like seeing herself and her focus is on her studies. The focus of the divine feminine is on something that in a way brings them the most success, joy, love, pleasure, play, sovereignty. I'm seeing a woman and she's like, I'm seeing this feminine being, she, of course, and she is allowing herself to be seen. She's usually behind the scenes. However, she's thinking, planning, and figuring out what can I do to bring me the most success at this point, because I spend so much time behind the scenes. I'm usually a homebody, but it's time for me to get out of the home and into the world because I have some things that I do want to share. So this woman to me is what I feel from her right now is that she's not jeopardizing the love that she has. She's not jeopardizing her softness. She's not jeopardizing any of those things. In fact, it's what makes her sophisticated and it's what makes her sensual and sexy. The fact that she's so wise and vibrant and she is who she is alone, that in itself is what attracts people to her. She knows that when she gets out there, that there's something about her. There's a brilliance to her. There's a radiance to her. There is something that shines a light on her, and she is who she is, not because she's looking for fame or recognition, but because that's just what she naturally exudes. It's like this Leo energy. Like this could be like a Leo woman, or it could be an Aries woman or a Sagittarian woman, but there's something about a woman who's fiery but also very earthy. Like she's fiery, she's earth and fire. Like she's earth and fire, air and water. And it's interesting because she puts the air where it's needed. She breathes life into herself and to other things as well. She nurtures herself and others. She loves herself and others. She flows with herself and others. She surrenders when she needs to, right? And she's very passionate. So she's Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, all the way. And in a way, I'm seeing that this woman is mastering herself. She's mastering without force. Right? She's mastering it without force, and that's what makes her unique. I see those things. I see the divine feminine aspect being, I just heard being paid homage to. Like I see this divine feminine aspect really focusing her attention and her intentions on her studies. I see her just kind of researching, studying, writing down things, jotting things down, doing research and just really getting busy, but also still simultaneously being in love with life. And that's what makes her successful, because she just simply loves life. I just heard all rewards. She's like rewarded. And I also just heard like all rewards are paid for. I guess like things are just simply paid for because she's who she is, and it feels very rewarding. I see someone stepping into that kind of energy, whether you're male or female or however you choose to identify. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles here. planning, of course. We have the 9 of Swords in reversed here as well. We have this looks like, I think this might be the Knight of Pentacles. Or maybe no, this is the Ace of Pentacles actually. Okay, and then also the 10 of Wands is here, as well as the the 9 of Pentacles, okay? See, we talked about not jeopardizing her sovereignty. Like, she's not jeopardizing any of that. And what this makes me feel is that there's something that, again, she's planning for. And like I said, she's planning for that success. I do feel like with the 9 of Swords coming up in reverse here, this is something that she's overcome. Like, she may have overcome some kind of fear or some kind of torment or something that she kept telling herself, like these unfavorable ideologies and whatnot that were projected onto her, or that she projected onto herself, of like unworthiness, not being good enough, or whatever it may be. I don't know why I just heard like being broke or like not having anything, but what I do feel like is that she's no longer falling victim to her circumstances, and she's allowing herself to retain her sovereignty. And this is her saying that she no longer wants to carry the burden of these thoughts, these ideas, these ideologies, or these expectations, because they're getting to be too heavy. What I am seeing though is that there is a call for her to really set her intention. Like I said, set the intention, because with that comes growth, with that comes sovereignty, but also with that comes responsibility. But being able to stand on her own and being able to be free within herself is what's going to change her circumstances. With this 10 of Wands here, I'm seeing like it's just it's a lot that she's got on her plate right now, but also with the right kind of planning, she knows that she can pass these out or pass it out. Like, I'm seeing like a team, but there's some things that Spirit is saying is like, I don't want you to keep doing this alone. I need you to start distributing these things so that you can focus on what you need to focus on. I see this energies really tapping into her gifts, her talents. I don't know why I see this woman as a Queen of Pentacles right now. For whatever reason, I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles. It's so interesting that I see that. So the Queen of Pentacles energy is like, okay, I'm going to delegate this to you. I'm going to delegate that to you while I focus on this. I am the breadwinner, but also I'm not forcing anything. So it really does feel like with this comes some type of plan and investment. It's Spirit is saying, I don't want you to be afraid of investing. If all you have was $1 to invest in something, then use that. Like, you can use it to invest, or you can invest maybe like 25 cents or whatever, right? If that's even realistic, which I know it's not, but still, right? Like, you want to make sure that you ration it off. There's something about you making sure that you're taking care of your finances and really buckling down on what you're spending and why, because when you invest and when you do things, you can receive more to invest more, to receive more to invest more, and then you're just simply building wealth. Like, that's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing for someone that they're not allowing themselves to carry things that are not needed while they're in this space in their life. There's something that you've been trying to manifest that's trying to come in right now, and Spirit is saying, I need you to put that down so that I can give you this really big, I need to give you this big pentacle, because it's heavy, and I want you to carry that, and I want you to start planting those seeds to receive more of that. There's something where Spirit is saying, I want you to be very intentional about what you're planting, what you're doing, because before you know it, this is going to be, it's what's going to help you tap into that level of freedom that you've been wanting. There's something entrepreneurial about what's going on here, but with this, but also what I'm hearing is that we're going to have to start getting you into doing it without the fear. I want to ask Spirit, can you please explain a little bit deeper into this 9 of I love this. See, delegating things to people. I love that. Even though this is not the 3 of Pentacles, this is the 3 of Cups. And I also see the 4 of Wands here to explain the 9 of Swords in reverse. What this feels like is that I'm seeing something in your honor, like something in your honor, someone saying that I see you, I recognize you, you're doing so well, I'm so proud of you, and I want to celebrate with you. They may have a gift to give you to help you with what you're doing. Also, what I'm hearing for you to do is to start speaking up about the things that you need help with, because it's going to help you. Like, if you need help with business ideas, if you need help with ideas on how to do this or how to do that, or what are some things that, some creative ideas that you have that can help me with my business or whatever it may be, open up about that and you'll see just who supports you. There's a group of people who have seen the things that you've gone through and they're so proud that you were able to even create this space for you to thrive, for your babies to thrive, for your kids to thrive. They see you and they want to give to you. They want to pour into you because they want to see you win. Like, just open up about it. Ace of Cups energy is also here. You want to make sure that you tell Spirit the things that you need, the things that bring you the most joy, and you want to nourish yourself. This is a journey where you don't have to worry about anything, because everything is going to be taken care of. Everything is taken care of, because that's just simply what life is for you right now. You've been giving so much in life, you've been doing so much, and now it's time for you to plan for your future. Get serious about it, yes, but do it so joyfully that it doesn't even feel like it's anything serious, because then it helps you to manifest better. Does that make sense? That's what I'm hearing for someone. You also do have here the Horse and Bluebell, modest fortitude. Okay, I love that. You have Goddess of Oneness. Someone you love is thinking fondly of you at the moment. See what I'm saying? Exactly. Oh man, and this could definitely be love, or it could be friendship, whatever it may be. I'm sensing friendship, a girlfriend group, a sisterhood. I see a sisterhood. I'm hearing something about a coven. You may have been wanting to call in a coven. You may have been wanting to call in a soul tribe, a soul tribe of women. Set your intention for that. I just heard like business sisters. I just heard sisters who do things together. Like, they each have their own entrepreneurial objectives, and they do obtain those alone, but then they merge somehow to help each other with ideas and things like that. They bounce ideas off of each other to help each other win. That's what I'm seeing with this. You may be the one that wants to petition this to someone and see how they feel about it. You're right. It has to be someone that you trust. Keep your own things. Like, don't merge everything. Keep your own things. Have things that are just yours, but also, just like I said, just maybe you may want to, like I said, just kind of bounce ideas off of each other to see how you guys feel and to get your creative juices flowing. I do see collaborations with this Three of Cups, by the way. It's not the Three of Pentacles, but it is the Three of Cups, and I'm still seeing it. Collaboration, but only with people that you trust. Like, I'm seeing just like a business, I don't know why I'm picking up like on a business party or something where you just have fun with it. Like, it's so funny because I see this as someone playing pretend at first, but then the pretending turns into some shit that's real. And then you're like, wait a minute, we were like, were we just like messing around and it happened? Exactly. Have fun. Have fun. I see that. I love that for you. And then of course we do have, like I said, the Horse and the Bluebell, modest fortitude. It's not forced, right? Like, you're not forcing it. You're graceful, right? And we talked about wind and we talked about earth, or air and earth. It's the beautiful thing because horses, earthy mammals, right? Obviously, but then they run through the wind and they are so free. So this means that you are just gracefully being you, and there's something just so stunning and striking about your strength, where you have learned how to turn that calloused energy, that calloused strength, into something graceful, and that's what they're seeing within you. I'm seeing Capricorn energy here, Taurus energy here, Capricorn, Taurus energy. I'm not trying to look over Virgo, and that's not it at all, but I do see Capricorn and Taurus energy here, to be honest. Also, we have Weasel. Be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. This is you just really getting to know your environment, and you just, like I said, like that Queen of Pentacles energy, that sensual energy. You're in tune with your senses, right? You are allowing your body to speak to you. You feel like you have like these really strong feelings, and what you're doing with that is you're moving with that, but you're not moving. You're moving with it, but you're not moving because of it. Like, it doesn't make you do it. You do it because, like, it's confirmation. Your body's confirming to you what you intuitively feel. Be silent, pay attention. You want to make sure that you're not rushing. You want to make sure that you're listening. Okay, you want to make sure that you are listening, observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings. Right, sensuality. Also flowing with that river instead of you going against it. I feel like if you're going to be successful, allow it to come to you without you forcing it. Why? Because there is so much wisdom in that. You have wisdom here, which is the owl spirit. You have the earth spirit, stability. Exactly. And then you have power as well for your final card. So with these all coming out, what it really does feel like is that you're using the power and the wisdom of earth. You're using this wise earth energy, all the elements. This is elemental mastery. I see someone mastering the elements, because when they do that, that's how they become a lot more powerful, which enhances their leadership skills, but also they create stability for themselves. So this is what I'm seeing with this. If you chose this pile, if you did choose this pile, these are the ways that you want to go about it. You want to go about it by researching, by studying, by applying, by feeling, by trusting your intuition, and by executing it and coming up with a plan, of course, and asking spirit first and foremost, what do I need to do that is going to make me the most successful? You can ask this question before you go to sleep. Spirit, divine mother, divine source mother, or whatever you believe in, guides, ancestors, what must I do that will bring me the most success? What steps do I need to take that's going to help me become the most successful? What wisdom do you have to give to me to help me along my journey? I'm calling out to you, Spirit, to help me receive and create stability for myself. I call in my ancestral power to help me throughout this space that I'm in now. I call in my ancestral power to help me create the life that I want. I set the intention that I'm on the path of remembrance, and that I remember everything about myself to help me not only become empowered, but live the best life that I possibly can. It may feel like you're in the beginning stages, but you're doing it in your way. You've watched, you've researched, you've seen, and now it's time for you to continue planning, but plan according to what Spirit wants you to do, okay? I hope that this message resonated, and I hope that it did help. If you need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at the Saiyonanpath.org. You can also follow along with me over on Instagram at the Saiyonan Path and at Magic of Eden. I'm always looking forward to spending time with you. Thank you so much. If you need anything, also make sure that you let me know down in the comment section. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I do plan on giving you guys more readings and things of that nature. And I do plan on connecting more with you all in all the ways that I possibly can. If there's nothing else, I love you, and I will catch you in my next video. Okay, if you chose pile or card number 3, this is your reading. I am using a Lenormand deck, well, 2 Lenormand decks that I smashed together. Here they are, and that's the reason why, if you do have a double card, that would be the reason why, because they're 2 of the same card. So basically, for you guys, you don't have 2 of the same cards. You actually have the ring and you have the key. The key to what you want is going to come through commitment. You have to be undeniably committed to whatever this thing is that you are wanting to do. You want to be committed. What I'm hearing is that it's an oath. So basically, yes, the key to it, to like unlocking whatever you're wanting, is through undeniable commitment, unshakable commitment. That is exactly what you are going to receive. I don't know why, but I feel like for some of you, your success, or not even just success, I don't know why success has been the main thing, but the key to what you want is going to come to you committing and saying yes to this first. Because if you've been constantly saying no for whatever reason, it's not going to work out very well. So I had to change the lighting. I'm so sorry. I just needed to get rid of that, because I was not happy. I couldn't really see it that well. So again, yes, the success that you guys are going to have or receive is going to come from you being undeniably committed to whatever thing that you've got going on. It's going to come with you saying yes. I do feel like I want to pull a couple of more cards here from the Lenormand. Okay. Give me like 1 second, actually. I don't know, that doesn't really feel right. I just heard the words like wedding destination. Okay, I see that you have the mask here. It's something that you absolutely want to show up for. It's like, it's a non-negotiable. But this mask coming through for me, for whatever reason, is that you want to show up for this undeniably. This is not something that, it's not something casual. It's not something just, oh, you know, like I see it, I like it, I want to vibe with it for a while. No, this is one of those things where you have to show up for it. And it's being called into question is, how are you choosing to show up for the things that you're committed to? And the fact that you have the park here. Yeah, this is definitely, this is like, I don't know why, but I'm hearing that like, you're like an example. Like you're an example for people, or like you're an example for other voices. Like you're an example, or you are a representation of what they want, especially the fact you have the world card here. You are a representation of what they want. But the key to getting what you want and fulfilling your desires is by making the commitment to that, standing in that, showing up for it. But also there's something dealing with like the public. You yourself could be agreeing to, I don't know why, but I'm seeing like I'm seeing some type of actual like literal keys. You may have been receiving the keys to something like a place or like an office or something dealing with some type of like public. Like you may have unlocked something, like something is opening up, like you're opening something. Someone's handing you a tool saying, here you go, I want you to go and do it. Like I trust you, like I trust you to be committed, I trust you to do what you need to do, and this is yours. Like the role or whatever it is that you've been wanting is yours. You've been wanting you've been wanting this for a long time now. It could be like a different position. You're switching faces, meaning that you're switching a different hat. You have a new role, you have a new title. What I'm hearing is that this is some kind of upgrade where you may receive some type of public recognition. It's giving me 10th house energy for someone. The more committed you are to this thing, the more recognition you'll receive, but you're not doing it for the recognition. But we're not going to sit here and lie and be, you know, and be inauthentic and say that the recognition is just something that you would want. Because let's be honest, you want that recognition. You want to be seen for that, because that recognition is like confirmation that you're fulfilling your legacy, right? Like your legacy is that you're cementing your legacy. That's what I'm hearing for you guys. I don't want to really pull too many Lenormand cards because I don't want it to turn into like a Lenormand reading primarily, but that is definitely what I'm seeing for y'all. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. So you have, oh my god, okay, talk about legacy. Watch when y'all see these cards. Watch when you see the next card. Okay, you have the Page of Cups here. You have the Page of Cups. You have the 10 of Pentacles. Love it. See what I'm saying? Talk about legacy. Then you guys, stop it. I can't wait till y'all see this card. You have the High Priestess, okay? And you have the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Oh my goodness. You got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Stop playing. You do not come to play. You, you have the 7 of Cups here, as well as the, who is this? The Queen of Cups is also here. Okay, let's see. What this is kind of making me feel like is it's one of those things where you don't calculate it. You're not calculating this, but you're putting your all into it. And when you put your all into it and you commit to it and you put your whole heart in it because you love it so much, I do feel like that's how you're able to receive the most from it. It's definitely fulfillment. It does bring you resources, money, leisure. It brings legacy. But also what I'm hearing is that your legacy is you being some type of like divine matriarchal type of energy. I'm also seeing too that Spirit is wanting you to be very careful, because the Seven of Cups can definitely bring prophecy, but it also can bring confusion. I'm hearing Spirit say that I really only want you to look into this using your intuition. This is one of those things where you don't want to go into this using too much logic and reason, because if you do, you will get lost very quickly. Spirit is wanting you to prioritize your intuition, what you feel, your spiritual, what I'm hearing is like your spiritual gifts and talents is what's going to help you. You want to really focus your intention on that. You showing up publicly as this high priestess energy is what's going to help you receive more funds or resources and whatever it is. This is definitely matriarchal energy coming through. Even though the Empress card is not here, I am definitely sensing like Empress type of energy, to be quite honest. Like I feel it. Like it's one of those things where you really want to seek answers from God and seek answers from your higher self or God or whatever you believe in, divine source mother, as I like to call it. I feel like when you receive from that and you use your intuitive and your emotional intelligence, that's how you're going to receive. But also what I'm seeing is that you're also giving. There's some type of advice that you give to people. Cancerian energy. You may be someone who talks. I don't know why, but I remember seeing birds. Like I remember seeing birds when I was doing your shuffling for the Lenormand deck. And when I remember seeing it, I don't know if I like put it back or not. I feel like obviously I did, but I remember seeing birds. And when I saw these birds, it just kind of made me think of like social media and like how you're spreading those messages online, like how you're spreading those messages everywhere, like the word gets out, and then your reputation. Like this is something dealing with reputation. This is someone's reputation. Your reputation as a seer, your reputation as someone who divines knowledge from God, your reputation is being cemented. There's something, it's going to come out of nowhere. I'm telling you, it's going to feel like random, but it's not random at all. You're going to be able to help people you're going to be able to use your intuition to help them make decisions that they otherwise couldn't have made themselves. They're going to trust you for that. So you want to continue to develop those intuitive abilities, because that's what's going to help you cement yourself. And that's a part of your legacy. What I do see here, and it's so interesting because I feel like I know the reason why this is coming through, but I'm going to make sure that I don't put myself in it. However, what I am going to say is that you could be someone that merges prophecy and arts somehow. Like you can draw, or you may be able to paint, or you may be a poet or a writer or whatever it may be, but you're merging the magical arts along and your intuitive abilities and your emotional intelligence and whatnot to care for things, to show up as this like divine mother. And that's what also brings you help and resources. But you have to be committed to this role. There's a role that you're stepping into that you have to be fully committed, almost, very devotional, but almost kind of like covenantal. Yeah, it's covenantal. There you go. Covenantal. Basically, it's an adjective that refers to anything related to a covenant, like a binding agreement. So, but this really feels very deeply spiritual. It's like one of those things where you're in covenant not only with yourself, but also like with the divine. And when you do that, it reflects in your work. It reflects in what you do. It reflects in your legacy. And I'm telling you, when you decide to truly do that, you'll start to see just how things play out. You're very prophetic. You're very powerful. This is a very powerful group. Like this is someone who's very watery. This is someone who is very prophetic, and they're so sensitive, but it's those sensitivities that are its strength. And because of that, you just receive a lot because of that, because of who you are. Like it's just because of who you are. You could also be someone that it's coming from card number 2, possibly. I can't say that I remember anything that it was about, but is there anything else, Divine Mother, that you want to tell us? Okay, no. The Sun card is here. Exactly. The fact that you see what I'm saying, y'all? The fact that you have the Sun card as well, you are definitely coming from card number 2, because card number 2 had the Sun. You are the continuation of of card number 2. I feel like this is long-lasting legacy, and it's something that you're going to be notoriously known for. You are definitely going to be known for this. Just keep at it. Just keep at it and just be committed to it. You have the hawk and thistle, graceful persistence. I feel like this is, I feel like you guys are like really mastering this divine feminine energy, and I love it for y'all. Oh my God, goddess of the sacred path, let go of logic and trust your intuition. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. No, I did not see these cards beforehand. That's just simply how the cards are playing out. You guys, you have the high priestess here, and you have the goddess of the sacred path. This is you walking the sacred path and you being the divine matriarchal energy that helps the collective, that helps your community, that helps to cement things. And you're going to be known as one of the world's greatest. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, your community, the world will see you. This to me is global. This is like sun in like the 10th house, sun in the 9th house, right? Like sun in the 11th house. Like, this is where like the sun in those upper houses, right? Or the sun for you could be in Leo. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe the sun is in a very public house for you in your astrology chart. And if it's not, then if it's in more of like a private house, if you were to show up in that way, I feel like it will inevitably show in your work somehow. You have Camel. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. The fact that we talked about resources, exactly my point. The camel stores water in its hump here. So you are equipped and you save. I don't know why there's something about saving, but you have like this you have a lot of wisdom within you. Like, this water that the camel has in its back is a representation of your prophecy, of your prophetic abilities, of your intuition, of the divine knowledge, this watery knowledge that you carry with you that you can use at any given time. At any given time. You have everything you need to get you through. You have everything. Talk to Source Mother. She hears you. You have activation, Spirit Guardian of Spring. Okay, I can see that. And then you have Standing Stones Passage. This is a gateway, and this is a gateway, but also your path is being activated. There was some decision you made where you decided that you were going to be committed to this, and all you needed to do was become committed. For those of you that are... because I feel like I'm talking to like one person specifically, but that's just because I like making a connection. But what I will say is that for anyone else that feels like, okay, Spirit, how do you want me to say this? Okay, for others of you, when you do become in covenant with each other, like Lover's card energy here, or Two of Cups energy here, when you do become like conjoined or like combined or whatever, it takes a combined effort. Like, I don't know why I'm hearing like a combined effort. I do feel like once you do, I don't know why I'm hearing like if you tie the knot, you will have unlocked some type of abundance just by you doing that. Because it signals to the universe that you're fully ready and that you want this. And the two energies amplify. It just kind of like plays off of each other. Like, it amplifies, and it's just a lot more intense. The energies are intense, they're amplified, which can help to manifest whatever dreams or aspirations you guys may have. Okay I hope that this helped. I hope that you got what you needed out of this reading. If y'all need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at the SaiyonanPath.org. If you wish to, you guys can also follow along with me on Instagram over at the Saiyonan Path and at Magic of Eden on Instagram. Thank you so much for leaving me a beautiful comment down in the comment section. Make sure that you subscribe to this video because I'm going to be giving you guys a lot more videos and things of that nature so that we can grow our community. I love you guys, and I will catch you in my next video.